start. Today we are going to start to modeling some kitchen interior, and we will start with choosing some reference for the modeling, and we can select my reference for the modeling together. You will choose your own one, and you should model every object in this reference and make the same textures, try to make the same lighting and create some rendering from this file. At the sorry, we have troubles with this projector and it every time switch off. I can share with you links from the previous year where you can find the same process but with a different reference. Uh, these lectures are also in Russian. You can use today's lectures or you can use previous year's lecture recording. And today we are going to select some reference for the kitchen work. According to selecting your reference, we should create the modeling, the texturing, and create some final render image. Uh, and this kitchen reference will cost some 18 points. At at the end of the attestation, you should provide the same rendering from image you chosen. Uh, Anyone choose your reference already for the kitchen? If you don't choose, you should choose on this week, and you can show this reference to the Dmitry on the practice or to me, and approve that everything fine and your reference not simple or not complicated. Try to choose your reference according to your modeling skills. For example, if you really hard to model, select some not complicated objects in the scene. For example, we have more like Japanese style kitchen with simple objects, or we have some classic or modern where we have a lot of details. This one will be a little bit difficult to model because we have gas can, we have some uh, facades with details, and you should think about how you will work on these references. And don't choose a really simple one where you don't have objects. This one will be really simple. Don't choose this really minimalistic. Choose references where you have table, chairs, some lamps. This one is more like in the middle. We have a kitchen stuff, we have table, we have chairs, and we have lamps. Uh, and you can choose something uh, in between, like this one. This one reference also good, I think. And when you're choosing some references, you can try to find more records from this one. I think this kitchen is the same, and you can download the folder of your references. And also you can use some one image for entire reference, but inside your kitchen you can add some tables from the different references. You can add some chairs, which you like. You can think like you are designer, interior designer, and you can provide your interior for the kitchen. You can select not only kitchen, you can select maybe cafe, but in this cafe you also should model this barista stuff and provide some tables. The cafe interior is also available for this one, but do not choose any for example, living rooms, because in the living rooms from the complicated objects we have only some sofa and TV. This is really less objects in the living rooms. That's why we, for this task, we focusing on the kitchen, because we have a lot of stuff to model and we have a lot of work and a lot of practice on these interiors. That's why we can choose something where we have enough objects for practicing our modeling skills. Uh, Again, we have points for the model itself. We have 6 points for the model of this kitchen. We have 6 points for the texturing of these objects, and we have 6 points for the final render settings. And these three parts will be after on the 6, 7, and 8 weeks deadline. We should finish our work on this reference during the first attestation before we will get some marks. And also we will have some midterm at the end of 8 weeks on lecture. You will come to the lecture, you need to bring your notebooks and work until we have these hours. We have 2 hours on the lecture and you will get some reference. It can be some teapot, it can be some kitchen stuff, maybe some coffee machine, and you should model this object from the reference without any textures, just model. And you will show this model, you will submit this model into the Teams. And if you have some troubles, you will be available to model this midterm on the practice. But on the practice, we have only 1 hour. That's why you should keep in mind and go to the lecture on the midterms week and, be ready for the modeling some according to your according to the reference. The reference will be randomly divided between you. We have some folder with these references, and we can distribute the number of references randomly between you. And you can it can be some difficult object, or it can be some not difficult object. It's like random. That's why try to model a lot and practice by yourself. And from today's week, we are going to focus on the modeling on the kitchen. Some of you will have a lot of details. If you have really small, if you have really much details on your reference, for example, a lot of dishes, you can skip some of them and model just common and big parts. For example, fridge, furniture, table, chairs, lamps, and gas can, and also sink. And you can skip some small details because we don't have a lot of time and we need to focus on the process of modeling, and we should also cover texturing process, and we should also cover rendering process. That's why think a lot when you're choosing your reference. Everyone should choose their own references, and we will check every model inside of these references. Don't use downloaded objects. You should make it by yourself. If you, for example, don't have a lot of time, you can select the simpler reference, but do it by yourself. And don't skip your time to the end of the attestation, because the modeling process takes a lot of time, and you should plan your time and keep in mind that you won't be able to model entire kitchen, for example, until the night before the ends of attestation. It's impossible. That's why do it every day, for example, by an hour, and you will be able to provide a good result to the end. Да, конечно, заходите. And also don't forget about attendance. Attendance is open. This is a common suggestions for this big part of the work. Uh, Sorry for the projector, it's really noisy. Mhm. If you don't have for the midterm, you can go to the room, to our room, classroom on the practice 280, and model there. Some of you who don't have laptops can use our um, room where we have practices. And also before midterm, you can write us to the Dmitry or to the me about your problems with notebooks. That's why we can plan this midterm on the 8th of week. Okay, let's choose our reference for this modeling. Previous year we have some dark reference, and you can also watch tutorials from the previous year. Uh, in the previous year we've modeled something like this, and also it was recorded previously, and now I think we can model this one. Here is a lot of light, it will be interesting, or maybe we can choose this screen. Here we have interesting chairs, and also we have some arcs on the window. Maybe we can choose this one. What do you think? Green? Okay, let's save this as our reference. I'm going to create some folder for my work. And collect everything about the project into one folder. And maybe we will have some more images according to this reference. Also, if you don't have any images, we can use some Google. Um, and type some reference, kitchen and interior. Or we can use some Pinterest and find in the Pinterest also some kitchen interiors. You can use, even you can shoot your kitchen, take some photos from your kitchen and model your kitchen if you will like it. But I'm going to find some more reference according my chosen. Uh, we can use some image search. And maybe we have another. We don't have another. Okay, second. Oh, this one, yes. Yes, this is our green. We can save this photo. And also we can use this. Okay, I think we will have enough materials for to begin. I think this one is 3D model and this one is photo. Or maybe both is 3D model. Okay, let's open our Maya. First part of the modeling will be blocking some objects. We have a lot of objects inside the kitchen, and first we should provide appropriate proportions of these objects. And after that, after blocking part, we can go to the details and make some details of these objects. Oh, this one is also our kitchen. Let's create new scene and let's save our scene into correct folder. Okay, we're ready to start. First, let's change our settings and preferences. And here we can find some, it can be centimeters or it can be meters. According to these centimeters and meters, we can measure our scene and set up our scene. I prefer to use some meters. And if I choose some meters, my cube can be 1 meter by 1 meter. If I want to make some, for example, object about 16 centimeters and tall 1 meter and 16 centimeters, I can use and type in the channel box these proportions. And it means we have some object and measure it will be 1 meter and 60 centimeters according to width and we have width, scale, some height, and I forgot depth. We have some three measures, and according to these measures, we can plan our entire kitchen. And what else we have? We have to understand the proportions of our stand. Let's open our reference. First, I think we have a really huge room for the kitchen. It can be maybe the table can be 2 meters according to the 3 meters. Or we can guess this measure because we don't have any room scheme. For example, we have sometimes we have some floor plan. If you have floor plan, you can use this floor plan to create the room and the walls, and by using this floor plan, you can create the kitchen. But sometimes we don't have floor plan, and we are going to make some measures according to our eyes and proportions of the objects. Uh, if you have the same floor plan, you can use as a reference in the Maya, and you can download this image, put like image plane, and model the proportions according to the floor plan. If you don't have this floor plan, we are going to use some standard parameters. Uh, we can find some parameters in the internet, and according to these parameters we can model our kitchen. For example, you can find almost similar items. There are some rules about these proportions. We have about 85 5 centimeters for our kitchen table, and we have depth of this kitchen table about 60 centimeters. This is a rule about this furniture. Uh, every kitchen have almost the same parameters according to our ergonomics and according to our bodies, and by using these parameters we can make the proportions of objects in the kitchen. That's why we use some kitchen for our first modeling. And here we can find some basic parameters for the kitchen, and making something like this. We can find supported references, not the same, but where we can find some measures. For example, for the gas can, we have also parameters which is given in the internet. You can type the model of your kitchen stuff and find some, for example, size of the gas can. It's like a standard. And we can also start with the kitchen stuff. And after that, we will understand the parameters, and we can model entire room according to the size of given objects. And on this stage, we are going to plan our kitchen by using some simple cubes and make some blocking of our kitchen. First, let's start with these objects. we know these parameters. We know these parameters and we can model these objects. Uh, we know this is the tall about um, uh, like this one, and we have width and scale, width and depth 60 centimeters. Next step, I'm going to change from this cube. I'm going to change the center pivot of this object. Uh, this center pivot is located in the center, and I'm going to put this into corner. This changing helps me to snap objects according to this corner. I'm pressing D on the keyboard, and with the uh, when I press V on the keyboard with the middle mouse button, I can snap this pointer into the corner, and again press D. This one I will use every time. After that, I'm going to snap this object to the grid. We have this snap to view panels, snap to the grids. When we use the snap to the grids, we can drag and drop and snap this object to our grid line. And we can start from 0 here. And now we can model this further. Maybe we have to find this width according to the gas can. Let's open some parameters from the internet where we can, for example, we can pick the similar one and go to the characteristics and get some centimeters here. Here we have almost 16 widths of these gabarites. And we have measure of our width the same as a 16. And let's duplicate this object and move. Let's switch off snap to the grid, and I'm using snap to the object. If I press V on the keyboard, make sure you have English on the keyboard, and you can use these how it calls shortcuts. We can use a duplicated object now, but after that I'm going to model this. It's just for blocking. We can calculate and plan how many blocks we have here. We have 5 blocks, and I'm going to snap it one by one. It's just blocking, that's why I'm using this measurement cube to providing the width of the kitchen. After that, I think here we have 1 meter because we have a wall with the 10 centimeters, and here we have almost the same. We can see proportions here. We have almost 1 meter, and we can continue duplicating this measurement cube and change its scale to 1 meter or even more. Let's make some 1 meter. Another supported view which I'm using, this is a wireframe unshaded. You can switch on our viewport tools, and now we can see this wireframes above our objects. And then I'm going to understand the um, height of our room. I think it's about 3 meters. It's really huge space, and some rooms have 3 meters tall. This is also new standard. For example, in the old houses, we have the height of the room about 2 meters and 70 centimeters, but in the new buildings we have 3 meters about for the height of the room. And we also can suggest that we have the tall of our room about 3 meters. And we can use this guideline cube to understand of the height of the object. And also we can use this cube, duplicate this cube, and make some suggestions for guessing for the between. We have this plank here, and between this first plank from the kitchen stuff, we have 60 centimeters. It's also rule. We have the same proportions like desk. We have 16 centimeter width, and we have till the first kitchen corpse, or maybe something like this, we have also 16 centimeters. Is also rule for kitchen parameters. Here we have 16 centimeters. Also we can check it from some images. Here we have 16 centimeters. And by measurement cubes we can provide this 16 centimeters, and we can again duplicate this cube, and with the snap of the object we can guess that our plank can be some 10 centimeters, or maybe a few, about 55 centimeters. Now we have this plank, and we can scale it until the end. We have to use some scale. 3 meters here until the end of our kitchen. And now we know this is a 3 meters, and also this is a 3 meters. And let's continue. The second one, we also have the same measurement like at the bottom, and we can use the same cube and snap it with this plank. After that we can duplicate the last one and snap it above. We can delete these guidelines, and now we have the almost the same proportions like in the scene. According to knowing one, we can understand the proportions. I think we have to maybe we can zoom scale a little bit. Let's guess we have 2 meters and 9. Because here we have the same proportions, or maybe we can yes, let's keep it like this. Here we have our wall. First wall, we have 10 centimeters width for the wall. It's almost standard parameters, and we can start making some walls. Let's change this pointer to another side, And I'm going to use again pressing V on the keyboard and snapping with the objects. And let's increase the size of the wall to the end and here. Let's guess how how much we have here. And also I'm using this one for another storage. And we can snap it here. And now we have this wall. It's about 5 meters and 40 centimeters. Okay, we need to make another walls from this one, and we can use this wall for not for the blocking, but already for our model, and we can rename it like a wall. We will keep this wall till the end, and we can start modeling these walls. We can use some extrude, and in the extrude we can plan our offset. We can use not offset but local translate. We can use 10 centimeters here. And now we know that our width of the walls is 10 centimeters. And after that we can scale again this wall. And now we'll have to plan our windows. For the windows, I think it can be 1 meter here, and it can be 1 and 2 centimeters, 1 meter here, and 1 and 2. Maybe before extrusion, let's Control Z. And we can use some measurement cubes and let's duplicate this measurement cube and let's use the scale of this objects. Let's guess this is a 1 meter. Let's check the proportions. I think it's almost the same. Let's duplicate this cube. I'm using these cubes like blocking. I know this measurement, and according to this measurement, I can calculate the proportions of the room. And maybe the window will be wider, little bit. And again, I'm duplicating this measure. And by using the snap, this is really faster and this is really precise and accurate for this blocking process. Here we have 1 meter, here we have some more. This is for the windows. And now we have also duplicate this one for the wall. Also we can change it for 10 centimeters. And the tall can be of our room. And now we can plan our window. Maybe it can be some 12 centimeters less. And now we can see the proportions. Maybe more. I think it's almost. Now we can model and use some extrude from our walls. And I'm using some snap till the end. And now we have the extruded walls with our proportions and parameters of the scene. Okay, and this blocking can be deleted. I can delete the blocks for the wall, but keep for the windows. And also we can start modeling these windows. We can insert edge loop tool uh, and let's check the settings. It can be relative distance and we can put this line. After that we can even snap this selected lines according to our guideline blocks. And now we have divided window. Here we also need to add some more multi-cut or edge loops to provide divisions for the window. We can use some insert edge loop tool here, and by pressing of the move tool and snap, we can snap it to our guidelines. And again, we are going to use some insert edge loop tool and cut. After cut, we can precise these lines. And also, this is one of the pipeline of creation the kitchen. You can find in the internet another tutorials and another tutorials it can be some different pipelines of creation. But the purpose is to create almost the same room with exactly proportions and try to understand the process of modeling. Uh, every, for example, every piece can be created with different ways. You can use my way or you can use your own, but you should provide the clear geometry and clear topology for objects. Here we have four size vertices and we can keep it next. Also, I'm using one model for these walls to avoid some intersections between two models. When you create some lights and if you put some blocks, for example, you start to modeling your kitchen from these blocks and keep these blocks between two details, we will have some light or some shadows or some different shadings. That's why I'm using the entire model for the walls without any gaps between the walls. Even you can put the walls inside each other. It can be some weird shadows in the lighting and rendering part. That's why I'm modeling like this. And next, what we have in the stand, maybe we can skip this part and make some walls here because now from this view we have a lot of materials to model and we just can skip and close it like a wall because we can plan our render view. If it decides the render view, you can skip it and focus only on what will be on your image, on the final image. And let's make something like 10 centimeters. And we can also close this one, but we can close it later maybe. for now, it's better to work with this part without any walls, because our viewport will be closed with, if we extrude it now, it can be maybe some complicated to work with this part. We can extrude it later. Okay, let's continue on the blocking part. We need to make some walls between our kitchen stuff. Maybe something like this, I guess. Okay, here can be our first wall. We can use this measurement cube and change it to the wall. And we can scale it up to our parameters. We can keep this wall separated from the object, or we can model this wall like previously. There are different ways how you can do it. But here we don't have any gaps outside, that's why we can keep this block just like near our wall. There are both ways, but for this one, it doesn't matter how it will be. Next, I'm going to create this one. This one is smaller, I think. It's about 5 centimeters. We can use this block and change. Sometimes you can press S on the keyboard and it means you created some animation. We can delete selected and delete some keys from here. Okay, let's change it to the 5 centimeters. And it can be our second wall. And now, one by one, we created our kitchen stuff. Okay, let's focus. Let's continue make our proportions and make this island here and understand its proportions. Let's duplicate this cube. Sometimes we have 1 meter between the tables and kitchen stuff. And let's make this to 1 meter. Okay, let's duplicate it again and we can delete this one. Now we understand here we have 1 meter. Bless you. And also we have 1 meter here and maybe some 2 or 3 meters. Let's check. No, we have only 2 meters. Let's try to make the same view on the image. If the view is the same, we can create some bookmark for this view. We can open view and edit bookmark, create new bookmark. And even if you change the position of the camera, you can go back and get your camera view. Let's see the parameters. I think it's almost the same view. And now we can understand that everything is the same with the reference according to our proportions. I think I have to change these parameters because here we have some long shelf and we should see this shelf from our view. Yes, I think we should make it more wider here. We can change it according to our parameters. Here is 1 meter, 1 and 1 meter. Let's make it 1 and 5. And we can move our walls with the vertices, and we can precise it something like this. Okay, let's go back to our bookmark view. Now I think the proportions is almost like this from this view. Maybe we can make the table longer. These simple blocks can help you to easily build the proportions of your kitchen without any modeling details and spending much time to creating these details. For example, if I going to model this table before the measurement, there is a lot of time wasting my time. That's why I'm using the simple blocks to provide first proportions, plan my parameters, and after that I can make some details and change these blocks to model. And the first part will be our blocking part. Maybe even wider. Let's go back to our view and check the proportions. Maybe it's enough, I guess. For this part we've done. And what else? We have to we have to start to making some right kitchen. I'm using the several ways to creating this kitchen. I can hide these measurement cubes. I'm grouping, hiding them, and then I'm going to use this block for the basic. Uh, 3 meters. Okay, here will be our basic core, basic cube for this line. Let's make some upper part. I'm going to duplicate this one, and our upper part will be about 3 centimeters. Yes, this is a 3 centimeters. And we can move to the details. Here we have some doors and the main part. It will be our main part. And we can put this above this main part. Okay, let's change the scale a little bit because we have doors beside this part, and it can be something about 57 centimeters. Let's duplicate this one and let's make the door from it with the same height. We have scale about 60 and the depth is almost 2 centimeters or even less, 1 centimeter. It depends on the situation. And we can check the position of the pivot point, and let's snap it to our parameters. And if we see closer, we have gap between these two parts, and we can scale it a little bit. And now we have this small gap, and we can make the duplication, and here we can just make some gaps between the small gap between these doors, because in real life we have separated these doors and we need to keep this shadow between these doors, and here we don't see any shadow. This is a one model, but doors can be separated. If you want, you can model inside this object and make some how it calls, полочки или что там внутри, но это не обязательно. Okay, it will be our doors. Let's save this, and for my reference, I think it's enough. There is different ways how we can make some doors. We can model them from this one. We can also spread it about 3 meters. Change the scale a little bit. And we can model it from these doors. We can put some insert edge loop tool with multiple edges and make some divisions. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not Control Z. We need 4 divisions here, and we can scale these doors like an extrude. But before extrude, we need to make some gaps between doors, and we can select these edge loops and make some bevel with a really less fraction. Yeah, and now we have the same gap between doors. It's more it's better to make these doors by our eyes. And next, I'm going to extrude these doors from, bless you, from this one. And let's select only faces, big faces, and make some extrusion. And we can use also about 2 centimeters here. This one is more professional, neither the last one. And also we can switch wireframe on shaded and see the gaps, how they shaded. We can even switch on screen space ambient occlusion, and now we can see these middle shadows, and it's more understandable how it will be rendered. Okay, here we need some new storage place. Let's duplicate this one and move it here and change the scale. Let's save. And we can use the snap for selection faces, and my scale will be precise. And here again, I can use some insert edge loop tool. And let's divide it by the half. Let's use some number of edges 1 and divide this model 1 by half. And we can make some doors here. First select this edge loop and make some bevel. With the fraction, and we can extrude it a little bit. But first let's make some scale, little bit like this, because we see this gap. And let's extrude these doors on the 2 centimeters, something like this. Now we have these models. Now when we use for example extrude, like I show you in these two pieces, when you move your camera, now you can see there are no glitches, but here we have a lot of glitches because we have a lot of faces between these two parts. And to avoiding these glitches, we should model these doors from our supported cube. And that's why you should make models not separated between each other, but use some extrude for these doors. For example, now you can see the difference. When I move my camera, I can see these glitches because I have 3 faces near each other, and these faces, when they have depth and really close to them, um, the shading, when you render this out, you will see the black above the texture, and that's why I should change this. I should delete these doors and make some model. Let's delete these ones and make models from it. But first, let's make some insert edge loop tool on the relative distance. Sorry, I should select only this one, and Let's select Insert Edge Loop tool and put division here because we have this gap. A little bit like this. Again, Insert Edge Loop tool with the multiple edges. Let's divide these edges with the gap. I'm using bridge. If suddenly you lost your bridge or bevel, you can open inputs and change the fractions in the inputs. I'm using 0, 1 for the gap. And again, I can scale, use extrude a little bit. When I'm using some extrude, now I don't have any glitches on this texture. That's why you should model, you should use some tools instead of using separate models for this kitchen stuff. Okay, next we are going to do some, let's make some table. Here we have a lot of details on this table, and on this lecture we are going to cut this sink on these tables. For example, as for me, this sink is on the table, but some of you have sink on your kitchen table. I don't know how it calls in English. You have sink something here. And there are different ways how you can cut the sink into the table. Let's use this cube for creating this sink here. First, we need to create also two parts of this table. We have a bigger one. We can, do you remember our first lessons? We can model the table easy from the cube, and again we can do it. This will be our measure. I will select this one and make some T, something, or maybe we can keep this measure. I will duplicate this one. It will be table. Let's scale this little bit. It's about 5 centimeters. We can work without any breaks and can be free earlier because we skipped this break, sorry. Okay, I will duplicate it again, put the center pivot in the center, make it smaller. Sometimes I'm using isolate selection. When you need to work on the object, you can use this tool, which is isolate selection. It's like you can focus only on one model and go back. And here will be, let's hide this measure. And we can make this table tools. I can use some different views, and from the top view I can rearrange this scale. And I can delete these faces and make some extrude of these faces inside. Also some 3 centimeters. No, I think extrude is not appropriate. I'm going to create the ramp, metallic ramp for the table and change the extrude. Let's go back. Maybe we can better to cut this table. We can use some insert edge loop tool here. We can go to this tool settings, use some two edges, scale them a little bit, make it again. And we can extrude this to the bottom. And then I can use some snap tool according to my floor. And now I have this table with some ramp. And here I'm going to delete this one. And inside we can also close the gaps by using some bridge tool. I'm selecting these two edges and make some bridge. This is weird. What happens? Strange. Okay, let's delete type by history and make it again. Okay, something weird. Maybe we will change it later. Okay, save this one, and we need to create bottom part of this table. We can use our measure cube, and where is our indicator? I can change position of the center pivot here and use some snap. I'm going to put it inside table, and let's change its scale. Okay, again we using some measurements upon the eye, and let's see proportions, maybe something like this. let's change. Okay, maybe later we will divide it and add some details. But now I'm going to create something. We have upper part and lower part. In the upper part, we should add something. For example, we have now we have different ways how to model this thing. We can cut our upper part and put the sink inside. But first, let's create the sink. I have sink with the cube, but some of you have has some cylinder. Maybe on the next lecture we are going to make some cube, but let's try to make some cylinder sink. Let's, because it's little bit difficult. Let's put this sink here. Some of the sink have 30 centimeters depth, and we can make it again. Let's change center pivot to the bottom and put it into the table. We can snap to the vertices. I'm pressing V while snapping. And here will be our sink. I think it should be smaller. Something like this. And now we need to add some details for this sink. Let's duplicate this sink from the cylinder. And I'm going to keep this cylinder like a guidelines, but from the second one I'm going to make this sink. I'm going to delete the bottom part. I'm selecting only bottom part and make some extrusion. And when you see your object is black, it means you have um, faces, like you reverse these faces. We can fix this by using some mesh display and pick some reverse. And now we have this sink. We can continue make some adjustment to this sink. For example, add some bevel, add some fractions. We can also add some bevels on the corners. Let's undo. Let's first make some insert edge loop tool here with the relative distance, and I'm going to scale it with the extrude, because we have some parameters like borders, and we can select these faces. We can scale them a little bit. We can change position, and now we can use some bevel inside with the segments and fractions. And now we can check, we have this sink, and we can put this sink into our place. And next step, we should cut the sink into our table. There are different ways how we can cut. We can use some booleans, or we can model the hole inside of this table and cut them. Let's save and we can duplicate our table. It will be reserve. Let's hide our reserve table, and from this table and from the first cylinder, uh, now we can hide the sink. We have this cylinder. We can move it a little bit up, our first cylinder, and check this. We can isolate selection these two parts and double check our cylinder should cover our upper part. And now we can use some boolean stuff in the mesh. In the mesh we have booleans. We have difference a minus b, we have difference b minus 1. It means when you first select table, the second select cylinder, and it means we should a minus b. And now we have this how it calls uh, gap hole inside of our table. But here we have a weird quantity of um, this stuff is really complicated, and we should change and restructurize this table, or we can keep it. Maybe for this one it's okay because we're not planning to do something on this table, but better to clear this geometry. Let's save. We can duplicate this one, not group, duplicate. I'm every time using some reserve copy, and when you finish with the booleans, you can delete type by history. And this cylinder, and now we can clear this geometry. We should there are different ways we can make some. Just 1 minute. Remesher. Maya has some remesh topology. After retopologizing of this object, uh, automatic retopology. Remesher and retopology. When you do some remesher, it means the geometry can be breaked. For example, something like this, and you can change the collapsing values, something like this, and after that you can change by topologizing. This is the experiment. You can skip this part, but I want to try this retopologizing. Uh, Next, I'm going to remesh this by hand. Maybe we can shut down because it's not working. Let's do it by our hands and divide this geometry to better topology. Uh, Also, can save this one. Let's delete history first. When you do not delete history, you can change the scale, for example, of the cylinder. It also affects on this Boolean's difference. And when you delete history, it's already not affects anymore. And now we can cut this geometry to provide we can use some bridge tool and connect these lines. Uh, let's make some, we can use some insertage loop tool. This is a little bit complicated, um, but we need to clean this topology. We can select this one and make some bridge. We should cut a little bit more. 1, 2, 3. We have, I understand why the curve disappear. Because we have settings for our bridge tool, we should change the settings. Go back to the bridge and linear path. Now it's done. And when you model is green, you can assign again the material. And another way also we should cut in the same pieces, 1, 2. Let's add 1, 2, 1, 2. And again, we can bridge them together. And again, we should add some more divisions here. Insert a tool, 1, 2. 1, 2 here. And again, we can close with the bridge tool. Another way we can select these vertices, move it closer. Maybe we can delete this edge. Can move it a little bit here, and this one we can extrude till the end. And here we can slide these edges, vertices. And we can fill holes. Let's bring back our sink, and also we have this bottom cups. On the bottom part we can just delete upper face because we don't see it, and we can keep this like this. And another way of dividing this sink I will show you on the next lecture. It will be much easier. Neither we will use booleans, and after that we will clear topology. Or you can also watch tutorials from the next lecture or from the previous year. In this lecture, I will show you different way how you can divide the hole in the sink. Uh, Before we dividing this cube on the right amount of vertices, and after that I'm circularizing them and just deleting edges, and this topology much clear and much accurate instead of using the boolean difference, and after cleaning this difference. Now you can see we divided the part, selecting some objects, selecting the faces, circularizing them, and deleting the faces. Just enough. This way is much easier instead of using boolean and after that cleaning the geometry, because so with the circularizing method it's almost automatic, and you just need to precise this circle to the sink, and that's all. This way is more accurate instead of cleaning topology after Boolean. The bottom faces you just need to delete, and that's all. I think we've done for today. If you don't have any questions, you should choose your reference image for the kitchen and start blocking your kitchen model.